Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and Happy New Year. So, we just finished Vlogmas, but we're just going to roll right into the next thing. So, several years ago, I think it's been 8 or 9 years now, a YouTube channel called 3 Rivers Homestead, her name is Jessica, she started the 3 Rivers Challenge. And what that is, it is using what you have in your pantry and your freezer through the month of January at least. She does January and February, and not going to a grocery store. Now, that's not practical for everyone because everyone does not can and preserve like she does. I do a little bit, but nothing like her. So she encourages you to do the challenge, but to set your own rules. Everybody has their own set of rules for it, and you do what works for you. There is no right, there is no wrong. You will see that with this challenge, because this challenge is not only the pantry. This is my, I think it's my 4th year doing it, I believe. But this year I have Kim and Edie and Sandy who are joining me. So once again, we got the gang together for a little collaboration this month. And you will see, when you see their videos, their rules are all very different. It's what works for them. Are they right? Are they wrong? Absolutely not. It's what works for them. Same with me. This is what works for me. So you're going to see a lot of differences, and I think that's good to see the variety. You saw that with Vlogmas, all the variety we had. So I think that's a very good thing. So let me tell you a little bit about my rules and how I'm going to approach this, and then I will show you where I am starting. I will show you my freezers and my pantry and where I am starting. So first of all, I'm gonna lay down my rules for you. My rules are, I am allowing myself to spend $25 a week, so $100 for the month of January, on fresh produce. That is it for me, just fresh produce. You know, I don't have to worry about eggs because we have the chickens, although they're a little slack. My buddy Jason's been hooking me up in the meantime. But, so for me, it's just produce. That's really all I need to buy. That's all I feel I'll need to buy. My rule is if I run out of something, I run out. I'm probably going to end up running out of flour and sugar, but I have wheat berries. I can grind my own flour, things like that. So it'll be fine. But I can't go without buying, especially fruit and veggies. I can't. So that's my rule. I don't can enough, and we really enjoy the freshness of, you know, having, like, I like to pack Doug a little, in the beginning of the week, a little vegetable tray for his lunch with some ranch dressing. And, you know, he snacks on that all week at work. I like to snack on that at home. And we've been very, very lax in that, mostly because of his surgery. He wasn't allowed to have a lot of raw vegetables. Now that, you know, he's healed, we're allowed to go back to that. So we definitely want to get back into that. So that is why I set those rules for myself. Like I said, everyone will have different rules, and it's good. Excuse me. I ate a nut before I got on here, and it's stuck in my throat a little bit. So, you know, if you've watched my channel and if you've seen my menu planning series, I plan my dinners for an entire month at a time. And then I just transfer those over for the week, and I add in breakfast and lunch. So I do have most of my January. Oh, another rule I have is it is Doug's birthday month. And in my house, for your birthday, you get whatever meal you choose. We don't really go out for birthdays. I know a lot of people do that. For us, it's you get whatever meal you want. I don't care if it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I don't care if it's prime rib. Whatever that meal is that you want, that is what you get. So there's no rules on me for that. But Doug has already decided he wants ham and cabbage. And I bought the ham right after Christmas and got it at a fantastic price. So we already have that. And then the cabbage will fall under my produce. So we're all good on that. He has not decided on a cake yet. So I may have to buy some special ingredients for whatever cake or dessert or pie or whatever it is he wants for that. So that's my other rule. And we do not go out to eat unless we have a gift card that will cover the entire purchase. We were gifted some very, very generous gift cards at Christmas. So, you know, January gets a little dreary. We may be using it, but we'll see. So yeah, I totally forgot about those rules. So anyway, back to the menu. So I did my January menu, but if you notice, well, the weekend coming up is blank because Adam's girlfriend Bella is coming down to spend the weekend with us. And also, I believe Anna's going to be here too because Bella's coming, so the couples can do things together. So I didn't put anything down because I'm not sure what's going on. I want to find out, you know, what Bella wants for dinner. Like if she wants, what her favorite foods are, what her favorite meals are. And I know Saturday, I believe they're going into Philly for cheesesteaks because, you know, when in Rome. So I think that's what, that's why that's blank. That'll get filled in. And then the last week is all blank because I'm going to have to reassess and see what is left and get a little creative possibly on what I can make. So I know I'm not going to run out of proteins. I have a pretty packed freezer. Now by the end of the month, that freezer going to be empty. We don't get our next butcher box until the beginning of February. So what we have is what we have. And I will not be placing an Azure order in January. So now if I do place an Azure order in January, I'm not sure when my cutoff is. I'll have to look. It might not even come till February, but we'll see. But anyway, so that is what's going on with that. Basically, this challenge for me, how I look at it is, you know, I spend all summer dehydrating and canning and freezing. And there's no point in having all that wonderful food if you're not going to use it. I want to use what is there, and then I can replace it next summer. I don't want to hoard food. I want to use it, go through it, and replace it. I want to, you know, first in, first out. I want to use what we have. You know, and January is a great time to do that because, face it, we all spend a little bit more, I'm sure, in December. I know I do with Christmas shopping and stuff. We have a Christmas club, but it doesn't always cover it all. So not having those big grocery bills in January is a beautiful thing. And like I said, plus, we have this food. Why aren't we using it? There's no reason to hoard it. We're going to use it. And you know, sometimes maybe it's not your favorite cut of meat. Like I have 2 chuck roasts in the freezer that have been sitting there because my boys don't like chuck roast. They do not like Mississippi roast, which makes me crazy. It's one of our favorites. But guess what? We're going to use them. So we tend to have things sometimes that aren't quite our favorites, and they just keep getting pushed aside and pushed aside. Well, this challenge will help you use those things, or help me use those things. So that is, for me, the premise of this. But let's go take a look at what we are starting with, and I feel extremely blessed. I am starting out, I truly don't think it's going to be a struggle for me. I really, truly don't, because I am starting out with a pretty full pantry. Like I said, it might get a little creative at the end, but we'll be fine. I really think we'll be fine. And like I said, might not have any all-purpose flour or sugar left, and that's okay too. We'll figure it out. We'll make do or do without. So let's go look at that pantry, and then we'll be back to say goodbye. Okay, we are going to start with our spare refrigerator and chest freezer. Ignore all the stuff around. It's still Christmas time here, so we've got a lot of stuff that doesn't belong down here. I can't even open the refrigerator because of it. So in this freezer, I just have some strawberries there for making some more Christmas jam. There is some broccoli or mixed vegetables, and the last of the corn on the cob. Then this shelf is peaches, which are almost gone. And this green bucket is raspberries. And the bottom is blueberries. So that's basically all fruit except for the corn on the cob. The refrigerator portion, the top shelf usually houses our milk. I've got 1, 2, 5 half gallons of milk in there. Hopefully that'll get us through the month. It should. I also have 2 in the freezer just in case, so I'm not worried about that because that is not one of the things I budgeted for the pantry challenge. I think we'll be fine. I have some heavy cream left over from Christmas. This is a lot of produce, some spinach. This is all kind of left over from Christmas and for New Year's. Some peppers, some carrots, a thing of pepperoni. This is our cheese drawer. Lots of different cheeses in there and also some nuts. The ham is for Doug's birthday. And we've got still a lot of cranberries. I need to process them, get them in the freezer, make some jam, something. And there's also some butter in here. We are more than likely going to we might not run out of butter. If I don't do a lot of baking, which I don't plan to, we won't run out of butter. Oops, sorry. We've got some sun-dried tomatoes that I bought for a recipe last month and never used. So we're going to use those this month. And then more cranberries and some storage apples. This is all the boys' stuff. This is all the boys' beer. So that is this refrigerator freezer. This is not, it's not too far off, but it's not perfect. So let's look at the chest freezer. I have an inventory on top of the chest freezer that I do cross off. Now at the top of the chest freezer, you can't see anything in there because these are 3 bags of chicken backs. I am so blessed that, you know, my friend Jason over at the Average J, a friend of his works for an Amish butcher, and I get chicken backs. And I turn chicken backs into chicken stock, chicken bone broth. So I am so blessed to have all those. We've got that goes down there. We've got mixed vegetables in our 3 basket organizers. Got 1 gallon of apple cider left from the fall. This whole basket is peppers. We have some bread products here. I have the Stacy's tortillas. And there's a bag of pot stickers that have never been opened. They're going to get used this month for sure. And then this belongs over here. And this is just some like extra stuff. There's like some frozen guacamole. There's yeast. These are crab balls from a fundraiser. We're going to be using those actually last night. Made some of those for New Year's. So that is what we have in our chest freezer. We have a decent amount of frozen vegetables. We'll probably go through them all and then have to start getting creative, but that's okay. We definitely are going to have to use these chicken backs to make more broth. I canned 100 quarts of chicken broth. Oh, what happened to my... As I was saying, I canned 100 quarts of chicken broth this summer and fall, but I'm almost completely through it. It was just not enough. So feeling very blessed to have these chicken backs to make some more. Okay, this is our big meat freezer. This is my favorite freezer because it's a stand-up. I'm not a big fan of the chest freezers, got to be honest. My inventory on here, I just redid this. I usually just cross them out, but for the video, I wanted it to look nice. So we have 13 packages of chicken breasts, 2 whole chickens left. They're our chickens that we raised and processed. 10 ground beef, you can see. And then when I take one out, I just use a pen and cross out. So we have a decent amount. I do not think we are going to run out of protein at all. If you did not see the pantry tour that Kim and I filmed before, I will link it above and below. But my top shelf in the red is poultry. We've got all our chicken breasts in one. We've got our whole chickens over here, and there's a chicken carcass in there. This is actually ground turkey. This is left over. Before Aria died, we made our own dog food. This is leftover from that. I'm not a ground turkey fan. Adam doesn't mind it, so he's been using the leftover for meal prep. And I do have a thing of chicken nuggets in here. And this is some turkey. We buy a whole turkey breast from Costco and slice it down. And that's what we use for, you know what, like lunch meat. It's just a whole, I guess, is it a whole? It's a half a turkey breast, I guess. Just turkey. That's all it is turkey. And we slice it down, and that's what we use for sandwiches. Blue is beef, my ground beef. This is steak tips and roasts, and this is steaks. Green is seafood. My shrimp are upstairs. I don't know how they got upstairs and not down here. This is the shrimp basket. This is all the fish. Gray is pork. We've got our ribs, our brats, and all sausage here. This is pork roast, pork loins, and chops and tenderloins all in these baskets. Yeah, I know, guys. Still haven't processed those tomatoes. It's going to get done, I swear. Really is. And in the door, it's kind of like all the leftovers. We've got some frozen soup. I've got that frozen milk, pizza sauce, sloppy joe. I'm hoping a lot of this gets used. We've got Italian wedding soup. We've got vegetable soup. Our new vacuum sealer, you can actually do liquids. So I didn't even have to freeze this first. I was able to just do it just like that. So I love that. This is a ziti that we need to eat. It's almost a year old. It'll be fine because it's vacuum sealed. Our bacon. And then this is the strawberry concentrate I made with the strawberry tops last summer that we use for strawberry lemonade. So that is our upright freezer. Let me just show you my downstairs pantry shelves. Okay, these shelves are a lot of bought food, processed food, grocery store food, I guess I should say. So this is our snack section up here. Pretzels. This stuff's left over from Christmas. These are left over from the, what's it called? The little snack stand we put out for the delivery guys. This is left over from a Vlogmas video. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. I'll figure it out. These are left over from Christmas. Doug's Heritage O's. And our Boulder Canyon chips back there. And then on this shelf, we've got these are the crackers that we use, the Simple Mills crackers. We really like them. They have great ingredients. I have some tostadas that I bought to use and never did. So we're going to be using those this month. Some taco shells back here. I don't make my own hard taco shells yet. Maybe someday. Some nuts. And then these go over here. This is our bin of Larabars, nuts. And then we've got our ketchups, our mustards. Somebody gave us this. I generally don't use this brand. We use this brand. Maggie's Kitchen organic taco sauce. Because this, I believe, has corn syrup in it. Yep, corn syrup. So somebody gave us this thinking we would use it. I will take that and put it in the church pantry. But that's what basically this does not even belong here. God only knows what happens at Christmas, guys. But this is, syrup, mustard, stuff like that. Peanut butter. This is pasta. We've got just a little bit of elbow macaroni left. Some egg noodles. This is one thing I always will buy. I don't care that it's in a box and processed. We love this. The ingredients are actually pretty good. I've tried making my own and I just can't duplicate it. This is our specialty pastas, some shell pasta, some mini bow ties. Oils down here. Olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oils. And then this is kind of our household goods. Toilet paper and paper towels, tissues and bags, all kind of Ziplocs and wraps on this shelf. This is our soaps. I buy my toilet bowl cleaner from Azure, cast iron soap that we use pretty much for everything from Azure. This only gets used when I laundry strip clothes. I've probably had this for about 4 years. And then I have some laundry detergent that I got pretty much free when I was a couponer. I use that when there's a need either at the shelter or a need at church through our food pantry when somebody requests laundry detergent, because we use laundry sheets. I'm actually getting ready to switch brands now from Earth's Breeze to a different brand, but we'll talk about that in another video. Some medical supplies down there and our lamp oil. Some more medical supplies, things like that right there. Let me show you over here. This is pretty much my pantry. I've got my 5-gallon buckets of my organic oats, my rice, popcorn, salt, sugar, steel cut oats. We buy all this in bulk from Azure Standard, and we store it in 5-gallon food grade buckets with gamma lids. Hard white wheat, soft white wheat. This is the wheat I grind to make my own flour, to bake my bread and things like that. But I do keep all-purpose flour too, and I have 2 buckets. The one in the back's completely empty. This one's half full. That'll be gone 2 weeks into the challenge probably. So I will be milling a lot more grains, which that's what this challenge is all about. Not making it easy. Using what we have. So up top, you can see I don't have a whole lot of chicken broth left. I've got a decent amount of beef broth still. I've got soups up there, vegetables up there. We've got fruits, we've got salsas, we've got pickles, we've got relishes, we've got ketchup, jams, jellies, and lots of applesauce. So I have a feeling we're going to be eating lots of applesauce. These are all my different kind of flours and grains. When you cook from scratch, you need ingredients, and that's what I have. Lots and lots of ingredients, lots of different grains, baking stuff. I did buy cake flour. This is for, when did I bought this last month. I thought I was going to be making chicken pot pie for the holidays, and I didn't, so we'll be using that this month. Completely out of cocoa powder. So, actually, that's not true. My big jar's out. I have a jar like this, half full upstairs, I think, or maybe a little more than half full. But that'll be it. So, hopefully, I don't need a lot of cocoa powder. All my baking stuff, Jimmy's and nonpareils and stuff. Brown sugar, 10x sugar. This is more for the bakery than it is for me. That I cannot be on a pantry challenge with because it's part of my livelihood. We have coffee for days. It was a very coffee Christmas. Not worried about running out of coffee. Doug would be worried about running out of coffee, but we are nowhere near running out of coffee. We have so many beans. And just some marinades and mixes back there. All my tea back in the corner. Canned goods. We've got pumpkin. We've got sweetened condensed milk. I think there's some pineapple in there. We've got, oh, I just saw this. That was supposed to go in the vegetable soup. Oops, vegetable soup's gone, and what's not gone is frozen. Oh, I can tell Doug put some stuff away the other day. It's okay, because he didn't buy organic beans. It's okay. We've got some beans and some sauerkraut. We've got cream of chicken soup and cream of mushroom soup. I like to make my own mixes, but you know what? Sometimes popping a can is just easier and better. And this Pacific brand, fantastic clean ingredients and tastes really good. Lots and lots of tuna. And this is all tomatoes. So I think we're doing pretty well. Like I said, there's definitely going to be stuff that we run out of and we'll have to get creative. Flour is going to be one of them. And my sugar is only about halfway full. So we wanted to cut sugar. This will be the time to do it. So there you have it, my friends. There is my downstairs pantry. I'll show you my little pantry closet upstairs and we'll chat some more. So here is my upstairs pantry. That top shelf is my Ninja blender and food processor and a bunch of tea. It's hard for me to access, so I don't really use it a lot. This shelf is my working pantry. It is my staples, my flour, my sugar, my rice, my beef gelatin, my cocoa, my dent corn, brown sugar, powdered sugar, and it actually goes back. There's other stuff back there. There's dry milk. There's my homemade chicken soup mix, things like that is all on that shelf. Then this shelf is kind of snacky stuff. I love the fact that they pull out. We've got all of our nuts here, our pecans, almonds, walnuts, whole almonds. We use this for in our oatmeal and our granola, stuff like that. Some raisins, popcorn. I have a big, huge bucket of popcorn downstairs, but we just refilled this jar to keep up here. Mini chocolate chips, regular chocolate chips, wheat berries. I keep enough, just a small amount of wheat berries up here for what I need for bread, nuts, crackers, things like that on that shelf. This is a lot of the baby stuff. Well, our cashew clusters are in there now and our electrolyte packs, but I keep the baby stuff for my daycare in there. And then Adam's peanut butter that he likes. And down there is more baby stuff for the daycare. And then I just refill these from the downstairs pantry as needed. This shelf is all of our oils, avocado oil, coconut oil, oil spray, my jar of granola that I make, Doug's Heritage O's, vinegars, and specialty olive oils, breadcrumbs, oats, bread baking, dog and cat treats, and palm fruit shortening. And this was the seasoned pretzels I made. I have enough to make one more batch, I think. So I'm going to do that. And then down here is the most important shelf, at least that's what my family will tell you, coffee and tea. So we do not have to worry about running out of that on Pantry Challenge because it was definitely a coffee and tea heavy Christmas. So we have all that down there. And as far as our upstairs refrigerator, there's nothing really stocked in there. It's just our regular food. And that's the same with our upstairs freezer. This is all bread products. This is filled with bread that I froze, bagels, hamburger rolls. This is vegetables. This is chopped peppers. This is frozen tomato paste, things like that. Some ice from our party the other night. This is all frozen fruits, except that is peppers. Frozen fruits that we use for smoothies, and this is meat, mostly sausages for breakfast. So not a whole lot in that freezer, but very organized. We have a guest, but before he speaks, I'm going to speak. So what you can expect this month. So, well, you saw my pantry. That's what I'm starting with. What you can expect this month, because I did say that myself and Kim and Edie and Sandy are collabing. They both have, or all three of them have a video out today, just like mine, a pantry tour and what to expect. And then each Friday, you will see a menu plan and any applicable grocery hauls from us. And, you know, we're going to be brutally honest with our grocery hauls. You will see what we buy. And if we go off script, we go off script. We will show you, and that's okay. It's okay. You know, this is not written in stone. There is no failures if you try. And like, our salvation doesn't count on being successful in the grocery challenge, okay? You know, we're not going to get up to the pearly gates and God's going to say, you know, you bought crackers when you said you wouldn't. Yeah. So, you know, it's okay. But we're going to be brutally honest with you. We're going to like lay it all out for you. So what you can expect from us is every Friday, a menu plan and grocery haul. And then twice this month on a Saturday, we will be showing 5 random meals that we made out of our pantry. Kim and I kind of do that now. Every once in a while, we show you like a week's worth of meals. These might not be a whole week. They might be some breakfast, some lunch, and some dinner all mixed in. Maybe somebody will only show you 3 meals. Maybe somebody will show you 7. But you'll have 2 videos where we show some meals that we created from our pantry. There will also be a video of a budget meal, $10 or less. Now, it would be from the pantry more than likely, so it's not money that we're spending out of our pocket now, but money that we did spend. But a meal that you can create for $10 or less. And another video that we're going to do is creating some sort of pantry staple, whether it be your homemade, like a homemade pancake mix instead of buying a pancake mix, or some sort of homemade spice or some kind of dip mix or something. We'll each bring you one of those videos. Mid-month, we will do a mid-month check-in and let you know how it's going. And then at the end of the month, we will do a recap and let you know how it went, what we could improve on, what we think we did great on. Maybe like, this was crazy, I'll never do it again type thing. So look for those videos. There's, I think, like maybe 10 videos that we'll all be doing together. So in addition to our regular content. So look for those. And I just brought this guy on because, you know, this affects him too. And I just kind of wanted to hear his thoughts. Is there anything that we've done it before.
Yeah.
We've made out okay. Is there anything that you're worried about? Is there anything that you think might be a stumbling block?
I don't know, maybe my lunch stuff. I don't know. It shouldn't be too hard. You're creative when it comes to cooking, so.
That's true. And Doug does pack breakfast and lunch I pack breakfast and lunch every day for Doug. And, you know, he always used to take leftovers, but lately...
With both boys home, there's not much leftovers.
Yeah.
And Adam, with all the exercising Adam eats, he eats a lot of protein to keep it up, so, yeah.
Yeah, so lunches might be tricky, but you know what? We have... You know, when you saw in my freezer, like the door, we've got a lot of frozen soup, and Doug is not averse to taking that. We've got a ton of tuna. Yeah. I can make egg salad.
And actually, I could do with eating a little bit of smaller lunch these days. You know, I mean, she used to pack me like huge lunches, and I'd eat it all, but I don't need to.
And he has finally put some weight back on after all of his treatments and everything. So he kind of wants to start cutting back a little bit on the size of his lunches. Yeah. And especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because we eat dinner so early because he goes to school. So I think between tuna and I can make chicken salad. I can pull a chicken breast out of the freezer, cook it, grind it, make chicken salad. So I don't think it'll be too big of a problem, but I just might have to get a little creative.
Yeah, I really need to eat more fruits and veggies. I really.
Well, you heard me explain to them why that kind of took a back seat.
Yeah. I need to do that.
Yeah, we're definitely back into that, but we didn't, you know, with his surgery, we could not do it. He was not allowed to have a lot of that.
Now I can.
But now that he's healed, we can. And honestly, like, once he was allowed to have that again, we sort of got into the holiday season, and that kind of went by the wayside. And that's totally our fault. I mean, that's an excuse. It's not a reason, it's an excuse. You've heard me talk about before, there's reasons and there's excuses. Yeah. This was an excuse. Oh, it's the holidays, we don't need a veg. So that's why I said that, you know, I'm back into packing him at the beginning of the week. And that is one of the reasons that one of my rules is I do have a budget for fresh fruits and veggies. We enjoy those raw veggies in dips so much. Yeah. And we just stopped when he couldn't have it, and then we didn't start back up again. So we're looking forward to that. But I think we'll do good. Yeah. I do. I think we'll do good. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it got a little bit long, but go check out. I love talking to them. When you talk to toddlers all day, it's nice to talk to adults, even though they're not really here. I'm talking on the camera, but you know. But anyway, go check out Edie and Kim and Sandy and see what they have to say about this challenge. I'm really excited to be doing it with other people. We'll hold each other accountable. We will swap ideas and we'll help each other out along the way. So I'm excited to work with my girls again. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned and let's see what this month brings. Let me know down in the description box. I know a lot of you have already said that you are going to do a pantry challenge too. Let me know if it's something that you're going to be doing, and let me know what your rules are, and we will all support and help each other. Thanks again, guys. Happy New Year, and I will see you in my next video.
Happy New Year.